Hello and welcome. It is time once again to try to fix something. And today on the workbench, another PS5 Blu-ray edition. And this one is a 1015, I've checked. So this is the original, the OG of the PS5 world. And it is dead, I believe. That's how I bought it. And that is accurate. No signs of life whatsoever. I did plug it in. It's in pretty good shape though overall. The seller said it was in poor, condition, but it may be a little dirty, but I wouldn't call this poor condition. Maybe some scratches on this little shiny plastic part here, if you can see them. So let's get the covers off and see if we're dealing with a piece of junk or not. But yeah, no power. All right, I got the side plate off. And, well, the warranty sticker is gone, but otherwise, I'm seeing a lot of screws in this thing. More than I usually seem to find. Usually they're all missing. But yeah, so not a total disaster yet. There's still time, though. Let's get further into it. All right, well, it does look like somebody's been in here further than this. You can see that's ripped. So somebody's had the Blu-ray drive out. And the little tape, covering the antenna coaxes has been ripped. So someone's been further into it, but I'm not seeing any, total destruction. No ton of screws missing or anything. So let's get on into it. Well, we are down to the main board, and let's just see if our 12 volts is working or not. If we could. I'm plugged in. Nothing. So we just have a dead power supply. Or do we have a short on the main board? Because if it just needs a power supply, I don't know why I took out all these screws. I could have swapped that out, all those screws. I could have just popped the whole thing up and gotten to the power supply. Let's unplug it. Let's just see. Do we have a short on the 12-volt rail? Oh, 2 ohms. Okay. Well, then it's probably a good thing I went ahead and took out all those screws. Because we're going to have to get down to this circuit board and have to get this on the workbench. A 2 ohm short to ground. Okay. Well, this just got interesting. Let me get it all out and we'll get it inside. All right. Here we are inside the workbench. And oh my God, what is that? Oh, one of those capacitors just kind of they like to short. I've never seen them burn like that, but apparently they can. So yeah, we got a good bit of cleanup to do. Yeah. Is there not a fuse in line somewhere with this, I wonder? Something between the 12-volt contacts right over here and there. I don't know if I've ever checked. I think there should be. Yeah, that's kind of ugly. All right, let's get this under the microscope and take a look at it and see what we can do with this mess. All right. I think I've got everything set up. Gee, I wonder where our short is. And apparently we do have a hard short on the 12 volts on this pin. There must not be a fuse or anything between here and here. I know those capacitors have been known to short. Just not sure if I've ever seen it do that before. So yeah, short 0.08. Let me null that out. Some of that's my leads. .03. So anyway, yeah, maybe we just got some capacitors And I don't know if that little choke has survived. I don't know that it survived. It doesn't look. It does not look all that healthy, I should say. It's had better days. Get my hot air going. Okay, let's look under the microscope. Yeah, you can see two of those capacitors fused together there. Yeah, there used to be 4 of them. Okay, that's part of one of them. Quite crispy. Quite crispy. Where'd that piece go? Oh, right over here. Nope. Where'd the piece go? I just broke off. There's a little odd solder ball. Where's that piece I just broke away? There's another solder ball. I'm guessing that's an aftermath of this. Whatever that is. Another solder ball. I mean, it almost seems wrong to put more heat in this area to clean this up, but that's what's going to have to happen. I mean, this might just pull right up, but I hate to, do any more damage there than I have to. I mean, this board has seen things. Well, let's put some flux. Some flux will make it all feel better. Now, what's the chance that stuff is just fused to the board? Actually, a pretty good chance of it. Pretty good chance. What I may try to do is get this, let's get this coil out of the way. I'll check it, see if it's still good. Which it may be. That may have been just, there was some melted stuff on the side of it that could have come from the capacitors. Let's see if we can get this choke off here. I'm going to have to raise my heat up. That has a pretty good ground tone to it. There we are. Phew, that stinks. Let go. It is kind of fused. On this bottom side. Does not want to let go. It is welded. You can see that bottom contact down there does not want to let go. Maybe X-Acto knife. these capacitors are volunteering to come off. So yeah, we'll take those off. Get them out of the way. Yep, they're all welded. Yeah, there's some copper coming up with it, I believe. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that core will be fine. No problems at all. No worries. Okay. I think I kind of ruined my blade. Yeah, this is going to have to come off. I wonder what that layer is below. Is that ground? So if this, I guess I need to check and see. Let's get the meter cranked up. This reminds me of an Xbox One S repair I did some time ago. Similar, the way it cooked. All right, 12 volts. Well, I took the coil off. This is not shorted, pretty obviously. This is still shorted, 2.5 ohms. And that is 0.4, so that must be ground. That must be ground right down here. Yep. Well, we know this is ground over here. But I don't think that's supposed to be ground, or is it? No, I mean, yeah, that's supposed to be ground, I'm thinking. And this is where the 12 volts would come in, right up here on this top layer. And we still have a 2 ohm short to ground, which is probably just some of this miscellaneous burned mess. Still 2 ohm short to ground. Still a 2 ohm short to ground. Well, that repair was a bit of a mess, but it's cleaned up some. I've replaced that coil, replaced the capacitors. I did reinstall the same MOSFET. It didn't seem to be shorted. So let's see what happens when we apply 12 volts to this thing. I think I've got my polarity right back there. And let's just see if I get my arm out of the way. How much current do we draw? Nothing. Okay, that's not good. Let's see what's going on. Alright, well, I think I figured out what happened. Of course, I've been working right in this area quite a bit. If you look right over here, there's an empty pad, or a set of pads. Right there. What's up with that? And why is there a 5.6 ohm resistor way up here? Yep, that could be the issue. Let's see if we can relocate it to a more permanent home, back where it was. Yeah, I blew that thing right away. Maybe a little solder on these pads. Like so. Let me get a hold of this resistor. I'm going to turn the board a little, just so I can better line up this resistor. There we go. That'll probably work. Now let's see if this thing works, shall we? Alright, once again, I think I got my polarity right there. I still got to clean up a little flux down there. Now what do we do? That looks better. That looks better. And I am going to guess that we have our 5 volts now. I hope so. It's drawing a lot of current not to have 5 volts. If I go right here, 5.135. Alright, that will work. Alright, I think we're ready. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, get some of this flux out of the way, and we'll take it back out there and put it in the chassis. And see if it makes all kinds of pretty pictures and sound. Well, I'm putting this back together. I think we're almost ready to test it, and I'm noticing a few things. Like this ribbon cable here has been pinched pretty good. And this ribbon cable is totally missing. So yeah, I can only guess somebody assumed this would never be repaired, and so they started robbing parts off of it. Be that as it may, let's hook our fan up, because I think we're going to get some fan spin here in just a moment. And hopefully I have it where it won't go flying. Okay. I'm not going to bother with the Wi-Fi antennas yet. No. Is this power? Oh. The ribbon cable's not hooked up down there. Yeah, somebody's had this whole front off. Can we get this back in here? Let's take a look at the pins of the ribbon cable. So I get, that doesn't look too bad. Can we get this plugged in? without removing the whole front panel. Did that get plugged in? I think it did. Come on. Oop, the monitor locked. All right, processing. I guess I'm not sure what processing means. Okay, now repairing console storage. That looks a little more familiar. Well, I think she's going to be back to life. Although she had a near-death experience. All right, I think we're good. I just still need to source that cable right there. I did not notice that when I was disassembling it. But yeah, we'll need that to get our front panel ports working here. But otherwise, I think we are good. So I'm just going to go ahead and end this one here. It's probably long enough. Well, hope you enjoyed that one. Thought it was somewhat interesting or educational or entertaining or something. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the very next repair. So long for now.